Greetings and welcome to my channel. Before we begin, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and notification bell. 5 organs and their functions in our body. Do you know the functions of organs in your body? Every organ in the human body has a different or specific function in our body, but not many people are aware of it. Receptors or senses are specific organs that assist to see our general surroundings. They are an indispensable piece of our lives and the main way to empower us to perceive our surroundings. Receptors give the necessary information to understanding through different organs and an organization of nerves considering a specific actual peculiarity. These senses oversee our affiliation and our association with the surroundings. We have 5 senses, in particular, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. These 5 sense organs help us to live easily throughout our lives. They are responsible for sending the necessary information to our brain through sensory neurons. Let's explore the in-depth functions of these 5 sense organs. Make sure you like and share this video. Let's begin. Eyes, sight. The eyes are the visual sensory organs in your body. These are delicate to light pictures. The eyes fluctuate in variety relying on how much melanin is present in our body. It helps in the feeling of sight by identifying and focusing on the light pictures. The iris in the eye is the shaded part that controls the size and measurement of the understudy, which straightforwardly influences how much light enters the eye. Behind the focal point of the eye lies the glassy body. It is loaded up with a coagulated material called glassy humor. This substance gives shape to the eyeball and furthermore sends light to the specific back of the eyeball, where the retina is found. This retina contains photoreceptors, which recognize the light. 2 kinds of cells present carry out roles unmistakable from one another. These are rods and cones. Rods are sensors that have the capability in low light and are found in the edges of the retina. They additionally help in fringe vision. Cones, these kinds of retinal cells work best in splendid light, distinguishing fine subtleties and variety. There are 3 sorts of cones for recognizing 3 essential shades of light, specifically blue, red, and green. Commonly, visual weakness happens when any of these kinds of cones are absent. Ears, hearing. Ears are the hearable receptors of our body. They assist us with seeing sounds. Our hearable framework distinguishes vibrations in the air, and this is the manner by which we hear sounds. This is known as hearing or sound subtitle. The ears are isolated into 3 segments, to be specific, the external ear, the internal ear, and the center ear. All sounds are fundamentally vibrations. So, the external ear moves these vibrations into the ear trench, where these vibrations are changed by the mind into significant sound. Aside from hearing, this sense is additionally significant for adjusting our body or balance. Nose, smell. You need a nose to smell the scents all around. The nose is an olfactory organ. Our olfactory framework assists us with seeing various scents. This feeling of organ likewise helps our feeling of taste. The feeling of smell is likewise called olfaction. The olfactory cells will generally line the highest point of the nasal cavity. On one side, the olfactory cell has cilia that task into the nasal cavity, and on the opposite finish of the cell are the olfactory nerve filaments. As one takes in, the air goes into the nasal pit. The olfactory cells are chemoreceptors, and that implies that the olfactory cells have protein receptors that can recognize unobtrusive contrasts in synthetic substances. These synthetic compounds tie to the cilia, which directs a nerve drive that is conveyed to the cerebrum. The mind then, at that point, interprets these motivations into a significant smell. During a cold, the body produces fluid that obstructs the feeling of smell. This is the motivation behind why the food which we eat tastes dull. Tongue, taste. You wouldn't taste your favorite foods if you had no tongue. Quite literally. Have you ever imagined about what are those little knocks on the highest point of the tongue? They're called papillae. A significant number of them, including circumvallate papillae and fungiform papillae, contain taste buds. At the point when we eat, synthetics from the food enter the papillae and arrive at the taste buds. These synthetic substances stimulate particular gustatory cells inside the taste buds, initiating anxious receptors. The receptors convey messages to strands of the facial, glossopharyngeal, and vagus nerves. These nerves convey the signs to the medulla oblongata, which transfers them to the thalamus and cerebral cortex of the mind. Skin touch. The skin comprises of three significant tissue layers: the external epidermis, center epidermis, and inward hypodermis. Particular sensory cells inside these layers identify material sensations and transfer signals through fringed nerves toward the mind. The presence and area of the various sorts of receptors make specific body parts more touchy. Merkel cells, for instance, are tracked down in the lower epidermis of lips, hands, and outer genitalia. Meissner corpuscles are tracked down in the upper dermis of bare skin, fingertips, areolas, and the bottoms of the feet. Both of these receptors distinguish contact, strain, and vibration. Other touch receptors incorporate Pacinian corpuscles, which additionally register strain and vibration, and the free endings of particular nerves that vibe, torment, tingle, and tickle.